When was the last time you looked around at your social circle and did some house cleaning? Was it in the last year? In the last 5 years? Maybe you have cleaned your social circle so much that there aren't many people left in it yet. Or maybe there are so many people in your social circle that you're wondering, okay, I feel like I'm drowning in the sea of personalities. And why am I even asking this as a relationship coach? How does this even impact your love life? Or dare I even say, is this messing up your love life and the possibility of you finding and keeping the love that you've always thought of? That's what we're going to dive in with today. So I am Holly Burby. I am a relationship coach for women who feel like sometimes they might be too intimidating to find, date, and marry the man of their dreams. And today we are going to talk about your friends. What about your friends? Okay, so like TLC is kicking in my head right now. All right, so if you don't know who TLC is, you need to go back. It's a throwback. All right, so go look it up. All right, so let's talk about your friends. There is a saying, I do not know who said this, but there is a saying that goes, you will only be as successful as the primary five people that you surround yourself with. So if we were to stop for a moment and apply that to your dating life or your romantic life or to your marriage, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel pretty optimistic? Does it make you feel pretty good? For example, one of my clients and I were having a conversation recently, and I said to her, well, what are your friends' relationships like? Because we can see, if they're all in like really successful relationships, she's like, oh crap. I said, what? She says, all of my girlfriends right now are breaking up with their their significant others, or they're going through breakups, or things have hit a rough patch. Okay. And I said, all right, so we have two ways that we can look at it. So if you're thinking about your closest circle of friends, guys, girls, all of it, persons, okay, if you're thinking about your circle of friends and thinking the same thing, like, shit, that's not, I'm not feeling so good about my odds right now. I want you to consider that you have two viewpoints when it comes to that. If you feel like you're surrounded by people who are in failing relationships or relationships that are struggling right now, consider A, does that mean that your love life is falling apart also? That's a possibility. Or B, does it mean that their love life is falling apart because something even better is around the corner? So you can look at it as, are you on the verge of the thing coming that's like excellent and amazing and everything you want? Or are you in the chapter of demise? So that's the first thing that I want you to think about. Second thing I want you to think about right now is if you are surrounded by primarily persons who are single, okay, you might think to yourself, well, if they're all single and I'm single, does that mean that I'm, not ready for relationships? Again, it's something to consider, because if you are with single people all the time, are you using that as an advantage to get out there and meet new people or encourage each other to online date or have mutual friends, which they are, introduce you to different persons that you might get along with or go out with or have a, etc. I think you get the point. And then what if you are a single person and you are surrounded by people who are in amazing marriages, excellent connections, long-term relationships, or they're dating and they're newly in a relationship, or they always seem to date quality people. You're like, wow, how am I meeting like a dud over and over again, but they're having such a better time than me at this? And the answer to that question, or what you should notice in that moment, is your social circle is a reflection back to you. That if you are the sum of the five people you spend the most time with, and they are all in excellent relationships, that means that you are the environment you are ready for, you are the space for, or the context of having an awesome relationship, because you're surrounding yourself with people who are in great relationships all the time. And lastly, what if you're looking at the relationships around you, whether you're currently single or in a committed partnership, if you're surrounded by relationships that are dramatic, where everyone's fighting, where people don't see eye to eye, where couples are bickering behind each other's backs, is that something that you get excited about? Probably not. Or is it something that makes you nervous? Like, wow, we're friends with these great couples, and of the five couples, two of the couples just had infidelity or cheating, or, same thing. Anyway, you get the point. But I bring this up because I want you to consider, who are you spending your time with? And if you're answering the question like, I don't have a social circle. I work all the time. So I don't have time to go out or have friends or any of that nonsense that you tell yourself. And I get it because a lot of people, especially like successful career women like you love your work to begin with. So what does that mean if you're at work all the time? It means that you would likely have acquaintances and friendships with people that you work with. And they might equally, like you, also really love their work, which means that you are the space for attracting and meeting somebody that really, really loves their work, perhaps even likes their work more than they do spending time with you or dating you or courting you or maintaining the relationship with you. I think you get what I'm saying here. All right. So, what I'd love for you to think about right now is consider who are the people that you spend the most time with and what are their relationship statuses like. And if there's nothing really alarming there to look at how they are in friendship with you, because that can also tell you the kind of energy that you are attracting, the kinds of dates and relationships and progression in a relationship that you are attracting in that moment. And if you're satisfied with it, awesome, you're on the right track. And if you're not satisfied with it, then you get to clean some house, spend some less time, have some friendly boundaries, okay? But spend less time with the people whose relationships aren't so hot right now or are really non-existent or toxic or dramatic or whatever it is. All right? So that's what I want you to think about this week. And as always, if any of this resonates with you and you would love to work with me one-on-one, I would love to have a discovery call with you. I currently have a waiting list to work one-on-one. I should have a spot opening up in the next 2 weeks. So if you go ahead and click the link that is below this video or the link that's with the email that you receive with this video, click that, schedule a one-on-one call with me. It's totally free. We'll see if we are a match for relationship coaching. We'll talk about your relationship status as it is, where you want it to be, challenges that maybe being a successful career woman, maybe you butt heads with your partner, or maybe you don't have the time for dating. Whatever it is, we can get on the call and at least see if I am a match for you and if you are a match for me. And if so, we'll go from there. Why not? Learn something new, right? And we can even talk about your social circles while we're at it. So thanks again for tuning in this week. I look forward to giving you more amazing content next time I talk to you. And as always, love always in all ways. Bye-bye.